Okay, we will be locating fractions and decimals on a number line. So if you would head your 2-column notes locating fractions and decimals. You have learned to locate points for whole numbers on a number line. Today we will learn to locate points for fractions and decimals on a number line. Let's make a connection. Can you name a situation in which numbers appear evenly spaced and in order? Well, some of those situations could be numbers on a ruler, mile markers on a highway, or floor numbers displayed on an elevator. So today's I can statement will be associated with a teak, and the teak is 4.10. And that teak is associated with our I can statement. And we will be able to say, I can locate and name points on a number line using whole numbers fractions such as halves and fourths and decimals such as tenths. So what are our verbs here? What are we going to do? We are going to locate and name points on a number line. And what do? We'll use whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. Push pause to write your I can statement. Let's pose a problem. Let's say a runner ran 6/10 of a mile in a race. Locate, here's that verb, and name, here's the other one, the point on a number line. Push pause. Okay, let's go back and have some prior knowledge. So I'm going to write prior knowledge over here. Six-tenths, that's our data. We could write it in number word form like that. And that 6/10 also equals the fractional part, 6/10, which also equals the decimal 0 and 6/10. We could also draw it. And 6/10 has 10 equal parts. So if I divide into 10 equal parts, I know that 6 of them will be shaded, so I will go ahead and shade 6/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's represent 6/10 now on a number line. Using decimals. Well, we know that 6/10 falls between 0 and 1. If I divide my number line into 10 equal parts, because my denominator says there's 10 equal parts. So now I need to divide it into 10 equal parts, and that will make it into tenths. Here would be 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and 10/10 would be the same as 1 whole. If I locate 6/10 on this number line, I would find my 6/10, and it would be placed right here. And that is an example of how you would locate a decimal on the number line and name the point. That is 6/10. Push pause. Let's do another example. Well, I don't want to do that. What number does P represent on the number line? So if I draw a number line over here on the right-hand side of my 2-column notes, and this is 0, and this is 1. This time, instead of, I'm going to have a dot right here, and I'm going to label that dot P. So how do we figure what decimal or fraction that represents? This time we're going to write it both ways. The first thing you look is you have your numbers, whole numbers 0 and 1. And then you have to determine how many equal parts is that number line divided into. Well, let's count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. That means that this number section is divided into fifths. That would be, on a fraction, the number in the denominator. When I look at point P and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, it is at 4 parts out of 5 on that number line. So that would be, point P would be at 4/5. Push pause. Let's look at another example. What number does Q represent on the number line? And we're going to have it in a fractional part. This time, instead of our number line, our point being between 0 and 1, we are going to draw it like so. And this is going to be point Q. Now, there's a few different things we need to look at here. First, they show us where 18, the whole number 18 is, the whole number 19. They don't tell us this whole number, nor this one, but they give us this last one of 22. If we look at that, then we can place on that number line. If this one is 18, this one is 19, this one should be 20, this one will be 21, and there's 22. The second step that we need to look at is how many equal parts are between each whole number. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can see that this number line is in 4 equal parts. That will be in my denominator of the fraction. Point Q is right here. So from here to here would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So point Q is at 3/4. But because this fraction is between the whole numbers 19 and 20, we also need to add the whole number 19 in front of that. So point Q equals 19 3/4. Push pause. The last example we're going to give for our notes is, which number does Y represent? I'm going to draw my number line over here. This time I'm going to write the number 32. Draw another long line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 32 at this first point and 35 at the very end. And I'm going to put a dot. I'm going to try to put a dot right here. And this is point Y. When you look at that number line, I see here is 32 and here is 35. This number then will be 33. This long line will be 34. And in between every whole number, it's divided into 10 equal parts. So this time we are in tenths. Because it falls between the whole numbers 33 and 34, we know that it will be 33. If I want to write a decimal for point Y, then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it will be 33 and 8/10. Push pause. That is your notes for today. Please look back at them. Make sure that you can locate and name points on a number line using whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. We'll see you tomorrow, Patriots.